Hey guys, I got a message on my Instagram. I said, come over to the Telegram group to ask your question. This guy was telling his story, and I want to show you guys what he had to say and how I would go about answering this question. I think this is a very interesting one, and I think it might be beneficial to you guys out there as well. They don't respond, or they act rude, and obviously I prefer not to insist. So he's obviously, it seems like he's, he doesn't want to insist, he doesn't want to be rude. Yeah, I live in a small, medium town. Sometimes I get blocked to do cold approach. I feel creepy or uncalibrated. You don't want to, okay, so he doesn't want to insist. He doesn't want to come across too demanding. He doesn't want to stand out. He doesn't want people to see him talking to girls. And he doesn't want to feel creepy. It's kind of counterintuitive, but when you don't want to seem creepy, and so you lower your tonality, you come across more quiet, you try to creep up, then the irony is you come across more creepy. But let's continue. Although some women give me choosing signals, but then they become flaky. Okay, so he must be relatively good looking. Tinder doesn't work here. I've just met a few Italian women, so he's in Italy. Tinder doesn't work. I'm not having abundance or getting a girlfriend. I am in my 40s. Okay, Tinder is not really going to work in your 40s unless you are super jacked and you're next to a Ferrari. Yesterday I saw this athletic woman while I was training at the park. I try to make a convo with her. So he must be relatively fit. He's getting choosing signals. He's training in the park. She has her headphones on. I say hi and she said, I don't speak. I don't speak. She didn't say I don't speak English or I don't speak Italian. At the end, I feel literally like a boxer receiving a blow to the stomach. I leave the place and she just stared. Okay, so this guy is in his 40s. He's in Italy. He's training. He's getting choosing signals. Girls are actually looking at him, so he must be relatively good looking or relatively attractive. Tinder's not working for you. Tinder is really just a meat market for good looking guys. So unless you have a six-pack with money and you're next to a Ferrari, that's generally the best way to do well on Tinder. So Tinder's not going to work for him. If he's in his 40s, the nightclubs are not going to work either. So really, the only real option is the sweet art of cold approach, the sweet art. This is really his own option, and by the sounds of things, he's figured that out. He's realized that that's the only option, and so he's come to this channel for some advice. And what I'm gathering here is he doesn't want to come across creepy. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want them to notice that he's approaching. And the irony here is the more he tries to avoid coming across creepy and being seen to be doing approaches, the more creepy he's going to become. So my advice would definitely be, by the sounds of things, he needs to increase his energy levels. It sounds like he's a little bit depressed. It sounds like he's also not doing too many approaches. Now, the lower your mate value, and if you are not having any success at all, you have to be doing some approaches. You can't be doing one approach and then messaging me and saying, okay, this is the only approach I've done all week, and expecting that one approach to change your life. It's not really going to work that way, and especially if you're going over and you're saying hi and it's very low energy, and you're feeling this, it's like a spiral. You can spiral into a form of depression. I don't know too much about psychology, but I do understand that if you are low on testosterone, you are in an environment that is not a very happy environment. Well, if you're not getting laid, if you don't have a girlfriend, this is an environment that is going to make you a little bit miserable. My suggestion obviously is, when he's doing his exercise, push it a little bit harder. Make sure that you boost your energy levels, maybe lift some heavier weights so that you can start to tear your muscles, and then the testosterone will start going. maybe a little bit of no fap, so no porn, no masturbation at all, to try and get those energy levels up. And it seems like he's so paranoid about making approaches. He doesn't want people to see. He feels like he's a bit creepy approaching. There's nothing creepy about going over to girls and saying hello. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. If anything, it should be something that you should actively be doing all the time during your life. You should always be looking for opportunities to speak to women. And if you're in that situation, okay, no fap, no porn. Try to boost your testosterone levels, maybe lift some weights to try and get the tearing of the muscles so you can boost those testosterone levels. No fat will also prevent losing energy as well. We need to boost that energy up. And one way also in this situation is he's got no Tinder, he's got no nightclubs, he's going to have to, in his 40s, he's probably not going to have many wings around. Even if he jumps into some of these groups, most of the guys are going to be in their 20s. There might be a few guys that he could, wing with, and, might help him, push him into some more approaches. It seems like he does need someone to push him a little bit. That's what a boot camp is for, obviously. I suggest that this guy hit the gym, do some cardio, something like that, maybe some push-ups, something that gets the blood pumping, and do it just before he goes to a heavily populated area, cafe, restaurant, nightclub, if he can at his age, mall. Go back to that same park, boost the energy levels up, and then use that energy, the blood flowing, to go and get some approaches done. Instead of going over and trying to avoid people seeing him do an approach, forget about the people. I know this is a hard thing to say. I can't just say forget about the people, but try to forget about the people. Forget about it. Just, you see, so many men that get good at this, something happens where it's like society's holding them back. They can't get a girlfriend, they can't get laid, and it just builds up and then they eventually snap, and then something snaps in them. The frustration builds to a point where they have to do something about it, and he might get to the point where the frustration will build up so much, he thinks he's going to realize that he deserves more in life, and he's going to have to do something about this. Now, we can artificially pump it up by hitting the gym, no fap, get the testosterone levels up, lifting weights, do that, and after pumping up his blood flow, then going and doing a few approaches, loud voice, loud vocal tonality, good body language, fake it till you make it, and try to get a few approaches in. Even if it is going over, loud voice, hey, how you going? And she might say, I don't talk, like this girl did. But then go, okay, next one. I'm frustrated, I've had enough, I'm sick of the results I'm getting in life, I'm gonna make this happen. You know what I mean? It's sometimes with men, they have to get to a point where the trauma is too much that it forces them to actually take action. And maybe this guy needs that. It sounds like he's got low energy, he's borderline a little bit spiraling into a bit of depression. I don't really think that depression is necessarily just this chemical imbalance. It's your life. So if your life is letting you down continuously, that's the issue. And that can cause depression. So we need to try and solve that. And again, I'm not a psychologist. But I believe just these small little tweaks in his day-to-day life to try and get a few more approaches in and just feel more confident in himself to try and get a few more approaches in. Forget about the results. Right now it is literally just trying to speak to women and make something happen. Again, obviously, for you guys out there, if you're in this situation yourself, join up to the Telegram group, tell your story, join up to one of these groups. It doesn't have to be mine, any group. Tell your story. There's a community of men out there. This type of situation, there's really only one way to get around it, and that is get to the point where you've had enough and you're ready to make a change. You just get so damn frustrated with your life and the lack of results in this one area that you're going to do something about it. Another option obviously is online coaching with me. I got the top link in the description, or some form of boot camp. That can definitely help as well. Just to get you that massive slap around the face that you need, that build that momentum. But sometimes it does take a lot of trauma to snap people out of a bad situation. And I feel like by reading this guy, this 40-year-old guy in Italy, that seems to be where he's at. So hopefully that's been of service, of help to you. For the rest of you guys out there, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, click the subscribe button. And anyone else out there, my book's in the description. This is some traumatic stuff there. Top link in the description. You can sign up to do some coaching with me. I definitely recommend, no matter where you are in the world, we can do one-on-one coaching. If you're looking for something like that, sign the form, get in touch with me. And for the rest of you guys out there, I'll see you in the next video.